word Mafia.
Hello, Internet! Welcome to another episode of Aqua Mafia Watches Lost. I'm Jesse.
I'm Kristine.
Today we are watching Season 5, Episode 7, The Life and Death of Jeremy Bentham.
Oh.
Do you remember who Jeremy Bentham is?
Wasn't it Locke? Yeah, like they called him that.
It was like a code name or something. Yeah. The end of last season, all the Oceanic Six claimed that, well, almost all of them, claimed that Jeremy Bentham came to see them.
Which was Locke.
Yeah, and then
essentially
the big reveal at the end, Jeremy Bentham is the guy whose funeral Jack went to. And then the reveal that, it's Locke in the coffin. Locke is Jeremy Bentham.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they couldn't, that makes sense because they wouldn't be able to say his real name.
Yeah, we pretty much caught up timeline-wise.
Yeah. Because now, last episode, technically not the 6 people. Technically 5 of them because Aaron wasn't on the plane.
Yeah.
But they
5 of the 6
they
are on the plane.
They crashed on the island.
Or something happened on there.
Actually, we don't know if they crashed. They just
kind of woke up in the jungle.
There was a big bright light and they woke up in the jungle.
Yep.
Well, in Hurley's case, he woke up in the water.
Yeah, he woke up in the water. Kate woke up on a rock. Jack woke up where he was the first time they crashed.
Yeah.
But this time he ran inland instead to the beach because that's the direction everyone else went.
Yeah.
They're
back.
They're back.
But
I think the episode before that is when Locke went down into the well and pushed the wheel and disappeared, which means he goes to his death. We know. Yeah. We know that.
So yeah,
we don't know. Yeah, we don't know what happened to the remaining survivors on the island. Because they spun the wheel and then a big flash and that was it.
We also don't really know how some of the Oceanic Six why they decided to go back.
Yes, we only know
just kind of showed up.
Jack and Son are the only ones we know why.
Yeah. Saeed and Kate, we don't know.
Saeed did not choose to go on the plane.
Well,
he was arrested and forced on. We don't know why Hurley's there or how he knows about it.
And we don't know why Kate decided to change her. Why did she change her mind?
She went to Jack to say is it too late to go with you? And I assumably he told her the plane and everything. Yeah. But Hurley had no connection. He was in jail. He had no connection to anyone. He shows up with a guitar.
Well, I mean, Ben does say he had a lawyer and he's I could get Reyes out. Blah,
yeah.
Blah.
So we know how he gets out of jail, but we don't know how he gets from there to the airport.
Yeah, and why he decides to go back to.
Yeah. Okay. Only other little thing to mention. When this episode and the previous episode were originally written and conceived, and I think even filmed. The air order was originally swapped. This was supposed to go before the other one, but in editing, they decided to do it this way that we're watching it in. So it's a little interesting factor to keep in mind as we watch this episode. See how you would think you would feel if you did see this one first. Fun little thing. All right, let's watch. But first, you at home, don't forget, this is not Mark's substitute. Be sure to support the official release. I almost forgot. Also, we have a Patreon. Okay, let's go.
Oh, it's Richard. Yeah, and then another light happens, and then it's just the rope.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he breaks his arm or his leg.
He breaks it bad.
I guess in a way, this is not a flashback. If it's showing Locke, because he just went down the well and turned to the thing. If you think about it.
Yeah. So how did we get? Yeah. How does he get to the coffin? I guess is.
Yeah.
We're gonna find out.
I guess that would be kind of.
Recognize this guy? He was briefly in the last episode. He was sitting next to Hurley on the plane.
Oh, okay.
And Hurley turned to him and says, "Buckle up,
dude." Because Hurley was the only one who thought about the other people on the plane.
Yeah. Oh, shocking.
Caesar.
Yeah.
Find anything?
No, nothing useful.
Then what do you just put in your bag?
If you want it, it's yours.
We found someone. A man. He's wearing a suit.
Nobody recognizes him?
No, whoever he is, he didn't come with us.
And how do we know he isn't one of the ones who disappeared?
He's not.
And how do you know?
Because he wasn't on the plane.
My name is Caesar. What's yours?
It's Richard. Oh, it's Locke.
My name is John Locke.
What's going on?
I don't know. Technically, he was on the plane.
Are those your boats?
No, they're already here. The pilot and some woman took one.
Frank.
Yes. That's right.
I think this is the best mango I've ever eaten.
Nobody remembers you being on the plane.
Well, I don't remember being on it either.
What do you remember?
I remember a lot.
Like, why you're dressed up so nice?
No, but I can guess. I think this suit is what they were going to bury me in. I remember dying.
If he's a proxy for Jack's dad did also get up after dying and walk around.
It makes no fucking sense though about Jack's dad. Like I get John, but I don't understand Jack's dad.
Yeah, Jack's dad's right there. And he's like, I work for Jacob.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a flashback.
And a flash forward kind of.
Well, we don't know what the present is.
Well, we kind of do because
We know this happened to John before now.
technically, timeline. Well,
Tunisia.
like it. Oh, it's the same. Isn't that the same place that Ben wound
Yeah.
up in?
It's also
All right.
where they found a bunch of polar bear bones.
Oh.
Just like, they're like, I can't walk. Oh, camera.
But I mean,
If you learn that people show up here sometimes, you would set up a camera.
like out of nowhere too.
Yeah, just person. Okay, well, let's watch this spot then.
You can't even crawl, John. Like
The bone's sticking out of the leg.
I
That's
understand. But he has the other leg.
I know, but crawling, I feel like the bone would scrape against the floor, and that's bad. So you gotta like crawl like on your back.
Jeez.
This guy again. Abaddon.
You bite. Bite.
Oh no. Oh my god. Hell no! Oh my god. Yeah, I would pass out too. Sure. Oh my god.
John, you had a compound fracture. The doctors here did their best, but I had a specialist flown in to reset your leg properly. It's nice to see you again, John. I met you when I was 17. Now all these years later, here we are. You look exactly the same.
Oh yeah, cause he
You met him on the
Yeah.
island.
Tell me, John, how long has it been for you since we first met?
like
Since you
2 hours.
4 days.
Oh.
That's incredible.
The camera in the desert, that was yours.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course it was.
No ID there.
and that's the exit. I was afraid Benjamin might fool you into leaving the island as he did with me. I was their leader. We protected the island peacefully for more than 3 decades. But then I was exiled by him. Just as you were.
I wasn't exiled. I chose to leave.
Why would you do that, John? You've come to bring them back. The ones who left. They've been back 3 years. And none of them has spoken a word of truth about where they were.
I have to bring them back.
And I'm going to do everything in my power to help you do that.
Why?
Because there's a war coming, John. And if you're not back on the island when that happens, the wrong side is going to win.
Well, he was only 17.
Yeah.
Jeremy Bentham?
He was a British philosopher. Your parents had a sense of humor when they named you, so why can't I?
John Locke's a famous philosopher, yeah.
I wouldn't mention I'm involved in this. I can't imagine what they think of me. Have you listened to Benjamin's lies?
How do I know that you're not the one who's lying?
I haven't tried to kill you.
Say the same to him.
Like multiple times,
I know.
I think.
Yeah. All right.
A team of killers and a boatload of C4 to the island.
Also true.
Trust.
I needed Linus removed.
So it could be your time.
Right.
The island needs you, John.
Aaron keeps saying, "For you, I did this for you, John."
Right. I know. Poor John's like, am I though?
Everyone keeps telling him he's special. It's
I
like,
know.
At a certain point, it's like,
Am
I know you're playing me now. Like,
Yeah.
Richard Alpert said the only way to get them to come back was if I died.
I don't know why he said that. I'm not going to let that happen.
And then he lets it happen.
This is Matthew Abaddon. He'll take you anywhere you need to go.
Yeah.
Protect you from whomever intends to do you harm. Mr. Locke.
Damn, didn't even give him crutches or nothing. His legs still okay.
Well, he's not a fan of wheelchairs.
Yeah, that's why I said crutches.
Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't get... Why would he do that, knowing John? I know, right? Give him some crutches. Give the man crutches, man.
It's a test.
Anything you need, Mr.
Everything's a test. This whole show's a test. He's like, can I get crutches?
So now he has Whitmore's resources.
Interesting though. So Charles like grew up on the island or something.
Or something, yeah.
But
So he'd speak Spanish.
man, that makes him even hotter. What the fuck? This man, he can't do that.
Hey, look, it's Locke.
It's like, why the hell are you? How did you get up?
This is the only way we're going to save them.
I'm not going back. For 2 years, I was manipulated into thinking I was protecting everyone on the island.
Oh,
Manipulating you.
Ben.
Ben.
Oh, so he did get out. All right.
So yeah, it's probably been a few months since Ben for him. Because
Well, I think
9,
I think it's been a year because he said,
9 months he was married,
yeah.
and then
Oh, and then Ben.
Ben.
So maybe like a year and a half.
Yeah.
He was. Well, I
Something.
mean, I guess he's just rounding up. He said 2 years.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it could be 2 years because he could have like manipulated something like the murder of Nadia.
Yeah, we even don't know if
Yeah,
Ben.
we don't know.
Well, no, because
Well-
he arrived and she was already dead.
Oh, was she?
He woke up
Oh,
in the desert like Locke did,
Okay.
and saw on the news that she died.
Oh, okay.
So no, he didn't have a hand in her death. Doesn't mean the others didn't. But we know, it's plausible he manipulated the death that naturally happened.
He exploited
Yeah.
her, yeah. Oh, no, he definitely did, I'm pretty sure.
Helen
Knowing
Norwood,
Ben.
She was living in Los Angeles.
She no girlfriend of yours?
Yes.
Who was he looking for in New York?
He said Helen.
No, he asked him to look up Helen.
Oh. Michael Dawson.
Always got to be.
Oh, Walt. He's the only one I want to go see. Walt.
Well, he said that the only one who came to see him was Jeremy
Oh,
Bentham.
yeah, that's true. He did say that. Aw. He was close with Walt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, John.
Hi, Walt. You don't seem surprised to see me.
I've been having dreams about you. You were on the island wearing a suit, and there were people all around you. They wanted to hurt you, John.
Good thing they're just dreams.
It's my dad. Is he back on the island? I haven't talked to him in 3 years.
Wow.
I figured he must have gone back.
Last I heard, your dad was on a freighter near the island.
Oh.
So why'd you come to see me?
I just wanted to make sure you were okay.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Well, I gotta go. It was good seeing you, John.
Yeah. Take care.
Aw.
He was supposed to recruit him to come back.
He couldn't do it.
I take it you didn't invite him along.
Boy's been through enough.
That's all for two, Mr. Locke. Maybe I misunderstood, but I thought you had to bring everyone back.
I only need to convince one, and if I can do that, the rest will come.
Sorry, just the ominous music and the like Ben just like staring. It's hella creepy. Oh man.
Hello, Hugo.
Oh, he might think
So you didn't make it, huh?
Yeah.
he thinks he's dead.
You're not the first person to visit me, you know. What's up with the wheelchair?
I broke my leg falling down a hole.
Was that how you died?
Hugo, I'm not dead.
Okay, dude.
Hey, Susie, am I talking to a dude in a wheelchair right now?
Yep.
Yeah.
What are you doing here? I need you to come back to the island with me.
Wait, what?
And not just you, but everybody who left.
Dog, but we're being watched.
with me. What? He was just driving me around. He's okay.
That dude is far from okay. When I first got locked up in here, he showed up claiming that he worked for Oceanic Air. You should not be trusting that guy.
Please, just listen to me.
No, I'm not listening to you.
Hugo, please, listen.
No. I want to go back in.
It's okay.
I want to go back in.
Hugo.
No, I'm not going anywhere with you. Go away. Bye.
What exactly is it that you do for Mr. Widmore?
You ready to talk about it now? You're not really going to pretend you don't remember that I was an orderly in the hospital right after your accident, that I was the one who told you to go on your walkabout?
No.
Oh my
I
god.
help people get to where they need to get to, John.
He's like,
How did he know John needed to be on the island and that was the way to do it?
because future things happen.
Yeah.
It could be Richard. Because Richard can get off the island too.
Maybe he's Whitmore's Richard.
Could be.
Everyone on the island is gonna die if I don't go back. And the answer is no. Have you ever been in love, John?
What does that have to do with anything, Kate?
Think about you sometimes. Think about
Alright,
how
go on a tangent.
desperate you were to
Deflect.
stay on that island. And then I realized it was all because you didn't love anybody.
That's not true. I loved someone. Her name was Helen.
What happened?
It just didn't work out.
Why not, John?
Daddy issues.
I was angry. I was obsessed.
Look how far you've come.
Damn, Kate.
Hurts because it's true.
Yeah, but you ain't better than him. Shut the fuck up, piece of shit. She was like, yeah, look how far you've come. Bitch, you literally just told this man, I don't care about the other people on this island. I will still not go back.
I think she just didn't believe him.
3 years is a long time. It's possible she got married, changed the name, maybe she moved out of state.
You found everyone else. Saeed was in the middle of nowhere, but you can't find Helen because she moved?
Fuck. See, this is what I mean about the self-righteousness. Like, fuck that bitch. Hell no. You can't be like talking to Locke like you're better than him. And in the same breath was like, I'm not gonna go back even if.
What happened to her?
Oh my god.
She
this
died of
girl.
a brain aneurysm.
Wow.
2006. That's when he was time traveling.
They could have been together.
Maybe you could have. That wouldn't change anything. She'd still be gone.
Would she?
Oh. Wait, legit, he dies right now? Oh my god. Wow.
Yeah.
Huh. That was like an
Out of nowhere.
anticlimactic end
To this
Matthew.
mysterious character.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, the foil to Richard is this guy we don't know anything about, but like, yeah, now he's gone. Oh!
That's a bad accident. Yikes. Poor John. Keeps getting hurt. Yep.
What are you doing there?
That's nice bedside manner, Jack.
He's furious.
Why are you mad, bro? You have no idea what they went through.
We have to go back.
Well, at least he's straight to the point.
Of all the hospitals they could have brought me to, I end up here. You don't think that's fate?
Your car accident was on the west side of Los Angeles. You being brought into my hospital isn't fate, John. It's probability.
You don't understand. It wasn't an accident. Somebody was trying to kill me.
Why would someone try to kill you?
Because they don't want me to succeed. They want to stop me. They don't want me to get back because I'm important.
I guess to be fair, John, like everyone is telling him that he's special.
Delusions that you're special aren't real. But maybe there's nothing important about you at all. Maybe you are just a lonely old man that crashed on an island. That's it.
Oh, look how far you've come, Jack. Putting your dead dad's shoes on John Locke's body.
Yeah.
The man,
Well, how did he know?
The man who told me to move the island, the man who told me how to bring you all back. He said to tell his son hello. It couldn't have been Saeed's father, and it wasn't Hurley's. That leaves you. He said his name was Christian.
My father is dead.
He didn't look dead to me.
He died in Australia 3 years ago. I put him in the coffin.
That was on the plane that crashed.
Mm-hmm.
You're the only one who can convince the rest of them. You have to help me. You're supposed to help me.
John, it's over. It's done. We left, and we were never important. So you leave me alone, and you leave the rest of them alone.
Yeah, Kate had already left him at this point because beard. It's coming in. Jack, I wish you had believed me.
John, what are you doing?
What are you doing here?
John, just calm down.
What do you want from me?
Please, let me...
Answer the question!
I'm trying to protect you.
You killed Abaddon.
Yes?
Why? Why would
He was working for Charles Widmore. He's extremely dangerous.
No! Widmore came to me. He saved me.
No, Johnny used you. Charles Widmore is the reason I moved the island.
It's like... They both have such compelling arguments.
I know. It's hard to, because, like, they're at war with each other, and they're both trying to use John.
They're both trying to use everyone.
Yeah, to get back to the island so they can actually lead, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about lead, but...
Control.
Yeah.
They're both trying to play Kingmaker with John.
There is no helping me.
Aw, John.
I couldn't get any of them. I couldn't get a single one of them to come back with me. I can't lead anyone.
Jack booked a plane ticket from Los Angeles to Sydney tonight.
I think he's lying, right?
No, he did start doing that around this time.
You can't die. You've got too much work to do.
But it is interesting because Richard is the one that said you have to die.
A future Richard, too.
Yeah. And isn't Ben technically, like, aligned with Richard? That's why I'm like, it's interesting that he's trying to convince John not to die. Aww.
You haven't even been to Sun yet. Let's start with her.
No, I promised Jim that I wouldn't bring her back.
Jim is alive?
Yeah, but he didn't want her to know. He wanted me to tell her that his body washed up on the beach. He gave me the wedding ring to prove it.
All right. Promise is a promise.
There's a woman here in Los Angeles. Her name is Eloise Hawking.
Eloise Hawking. You sure?
Yeah, why? You know her?
Yes, John. I know her.
Damn. Damn, that was so cold-blooded. Ben.
Talked him off the ledge and then killed him right after.
Bruh. That's like the most cold thing that you could have done, I think. Why did he have to kill?
Well, there's the wedding ring.
I don't really understand why he's the one that had to kill John if he was just gonna kill himself. Right? Like, was that necessary, Ben? Or I guess maybe he wanted information.
I'll miss you, John. I really will.
Psych, he back.
I mean, he's telling that to no one, so I guess that's true.
He's what?
He's not lying to anyone in that scene. He's just saying, I'll really miss you.
Yeah, it's fine though.
That's the truth, but he's still a sociopath, so it's like...
Okay, at this point,
I'm gonna miss this guy I murdered for no reason.
I feel like he's past sociopath into, like, psychopathic territory. Like, who talks someone off a ledge just to murder them for information? Right? Like, I don't know, man. Damn, Ben. Damn.
How long ago did you leave?
The timing was...
Yeah, he's like...
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
You know him? He's the man who killed me.
That was the life and death of Jeremy Bentham.
Yeah, I'm glad they switched it around.
Yeah, so as I said before, originally this was supposed to air before the other one. Mm-hmm. It was just going to start with these new people on the island, or on, I think they're on the Alcatraz island, because they got the Hydra base files they were looking through. So they're not on the main, they crash on the little smaller island nearby. But just, there's new people on an island. if you freeze frame, you can see it's an Algira plane. So it's like, oh, like the water bottles they found earlier in the season.
Well, we already knew.
I know, but we didn't hear Algira until the Jack episode where they wind up on the island. But in both cases, both episodes start with them already on the island again. But yeah, talking about how this guy disappeared, but it did set it recontextualizes the note Locke left behind. Because if you saw this one first, you know what it is. And it just starts with Jack finally like, I wish. And you go, oh, it's the thing. And then it's him trying to not read it the whole episode. This way, it makes that more of a mystery.
That's true. Yeah, and I think it like gives more weight. Like knowing that they're now back on the island, I guess like seeing Locke's journey, it gives like more weight to them going back.
Yeah.
But damn, dude, oh my god, Ben is such a he's such a good villain. Like, oh my god. That was the coldest thing I've ever freaking seen. He literally talks Locke into not killing himself and then just right after kills him. And it's like, it's seemingly just like because he needs information, I'm assuming. Or maybe like he already talked to Eloise. I don't know. But like, oh my god, that was like...
Because in the last episode, Jack has the note that Ben didn't know about.
Yeah.
And he tells him like, oh, this is his his unalive note. And Ben goes, did you know that's how he died? And Ben says, stops for a second, goes, I didn't. Which if you saw this one first, you would know you were there. You did it. But the other one is kind of like, huh, no, I didn't know that. Which I guess technically true because he didn't unalive himself. He was murdered. So technically he wasn't lying. Oh, I didn't know he did that.
Because he didn't?
Because he didn't. Yeah. And because the last episode too, also, Ben doesn't do anything that bad in the last episode. He's actually like sympathetic for Jack. Like talking to him like about, Yeah. Because they're the two who kind of started this journey on this side of the show at the start of the season. So he just kind of like, they're kind of friendly now, him and Jack. And then just go to this one where it's like, who do you trust? Whitmore was very convincing with his story. Ben's points were also very convincing. Like, yeah, that's right. The whole last season was about Whitmore trying to kill everyone. Like, why are we believing him?
And it's interesting because it's like, it's like the whole like war that Whitmore's talking about and like how Ben and Charles are basically both trying to get back to an island that they, I guess...
They've both been exiled from at this point.
Yeah, and like, it's interesting because like, it's basically two sociopaths trying to get back to an island.
Trying to grab their power.
And they're essentially just like using all of these people into getting their own way. And it's very interesting to see like that dynamic between two people who are like very similar, like antagonists.
Yeah, two different antagonists who know more than the other characters and the viewer about what's really going on.
Yeah,
but
and
like,
it's interesting too because it's like they're going about it in very different ways too. Like, I think for sure Ben is a lot more hands-on than Whitmore because he has money.
I would be surprised if Ben is the one who pulled the trigger and killed Abaddon.
No, he said he did. He said I killed him.
Oh yeah, but that could mean that he's behind his death.
I took it as
I easily believe Ben is the one who pulled the trigger, whereas Whitmore would not do that.
Yeah, I took it as like he actually like shot him.
Yeah. That's probably what it was.
But like Ben is a lot more hands-on versus Whitmore, and it's also interesting because like Whitmore, like he doesn't seem as like cruel because he probably because he makes other people do work. But
when we first met Whitmore, he was just Penny's jerk rich dad.
Yeah,
and the way he treated Desmond was very cruel.
Yeah,
because he didn't like Desmond. So it's not that a big stretch to go from there to actually he's a much bigger villain in the world than we knew.
Yeah, it's And even just by the way he reacted when he was 17, he was like very already.
Yeah, he
aggressive.
killed his friend.
He was already very aggressive.
So he couldn't like reveal anything.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah, that's true. So it's very interesting to see. Like, and it's interesting too because like, you know, Charles. I mean, he claims right that he's like the others are his people. Like he like almost like he was born on the island. Like he's from the island. He's like a native. And versus Ben, who is not.
And that they protected the island peacefully for 3 decades.
Yeah.
And then Ben took over and everything changed.
Which is really interesting. Yeah, like, because Ben... It's interesting, too, because it's like, that means Charles was exiled probably by Ben. Ben took over. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, they were fine for a while, I guess. But then it's...
Ben has implied that the killing of Dharma was not his call. It was the leader before him's call. And this episode, Charles claims he was the leader before Ben.
So it would have had to have been Charles.
Yeah. Which genocide doesn't seem like a peaceful protection of the island. So it's like, who was it Ben's call? Who did kill Dharma? Who made the call to kill Dharma? Was it Ben or Charles? Because they both saying the other one kind of did that.
Yeah, they're both very interesting villains.
Yeah.
It's
because who is the lesser of two evils? We don't know. They're
not.
They're both bad, but they both claim that the other one is worse, and they both have evidence to support that claim. So it's like one of them's telling the truth and one of them's lying, and we know Ben's not an honest person, and we can assume Charles Whitmore is also not an honest person because we don't know who faked the plane crash in the ocean.
He said no. They did. They
said both ways. Ben's people say Whitmore did it, and Whitmore's people said Ben did it.
Okay,
we have no confirmation either way. They both had evidence that the other one did it, and they both have like unlimited resources. So it's like,
when did Charles people say Ben did it?
The captain of the ship told Desmond and Saeed that he had the black box from the plane, and he said Whitmore spent like a small fortune to get the black box because Benjamin Linus is the one who put the plane down there. That's one of the many reasons why they want to question and figure out how he did that. But then Tom showed Michael a file with details saying here's like the Taiwan graveyard where they got the bodies from. But like they could have got the information because they're the ones who did it, or it's because Whitmore did it and they got the info on it. I mean, it's one of the reasons why Miles wanted to blackmail Ben. He's like, don't act like I don't know who you are and what you can do. Yeah. Because he believes that he faked the plane thing. So it's like, you can just get me this money easily. So it's like, I don't, you know, we don't know which one faked the plane. We don't know which one killed Dharma. Mm-hmm. We don't know which one is the rightful leader. You know, I mean, they're both saying Locke is the rightful leader now.
Which is...
But like...
You're right, but like... I think they're just both manipulating Locke. Obviously, you do... Oh, man. That was actually really good acting from... I don't know the actor's name, but the one who plays Locke.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know his name.
Terry Quinn?
Sorry.
Careful. Terry O'Quinn. Yeah, he's a great actor.
The acting when like you can see like the desperation in himself when he's about to like kill himself.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that they I'm glad that they kind of made it, instead of it being from an obsessive place in terms of like I need to kill myself to get everybody back, it was literally like I feel like a failure and I can't get everyone back, so why not kind of thing. It was like
you can see in his face like
desperate and sad.
Terry O'Quinn's very good at faces. Like he can face act a scene better than a lot of actors can with dialogue, you know? Where he can express so much with like the different faces he makes in a given moment.
I really got that.
But him explaining to Ben, because when he's doing it, you could think, oh, this is his last play he has, which is bring everyone together through his death. But he tells Ben, no, I failed. I can't do it.
Yeah.
The love of my life is dead. She died during the 3 years I didn't exist. Like, I could have been with her. If I was not me, I could have been with her, you know? And Ben talks of that, explains, no, you didn't fail because you got your foot in the door with Jack. He bought a ticket to Australia. Or he didn't buy, he because he has unlimited plane flights. But he got a ticket to Australia. Like, you got him.
I think, that was like really good acting from him. And it was like really heartbreaking to see how like low he felt in that moment.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that it was like more, it like showed a lot of respect to those who have lost people.
Yeah.
From suicide, and like it didn't cheapen that.
No,
you know?
yeah.
Instead of it,
they didn't make it a fate sacrificial thing. It was he hit a low point.
Yeah, and it's like it was just really heartbreaking. That's why I think it was also even worse that like fucking Ben, like wow, like he just confessed all of this and like at his low, like how you gonna kill a man at his lowest point?
No,
that's wild.
Not even at the lowest point. And you brought him up a little, and then you killed him.
That's like that, dude. That's not even. Yeah, that's not even sociopathic. That's like psychopath right there. Like he showed no remorse, none.
You think it's because he wanted the he didn't know about Louis Hawking?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Like, I'm sure the information was a bonus. Like maybe like he came in there. Not necessarily, maybe the information wasn't his like main, goal, but it was helpful that he got all the information. So I don't think he would have, like, I don't think he would have killed John just for information, So like he could have just manipulated that information out of him.
I mean, imagine you're Ben, right? You're on this mission to get back to the island and get revenge on Charles Whitmore. 3 years in, you see Locke, your previous rival for leadership, hanging around with Whitmore's right-hand guy, visiting all the people who were on the island. Like,
that's true.
What the hell is going on?
That's true. He's probably like also, it could have been like, it could have been a desperation move on his part, or it could have been like a protection move on his part. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't. Yeah, he might not know exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
But like, So I think that the information probably was just like a bonus.
I mean, he probably went to him for the information. Why he killed him, we don't really know. Yeah. I mean, he's tried to kill him before.
Yeah, dude, that's
they mentioned that a few times in the episode too. To remind you, remember, he's tried to kill Locke
more than once.
More than once.
And this is just another time, except this time he succeeded.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, does it count as succeeding if now Locke's alive? Which, okay, you know how in the previous episode, I was like, I really don't like it when they bring back characters? Look, Yeah,
because we were like, you get one with Jin. Because we're happy that he's back. But you can't keep doing this.
Yeah, I am a little bit annoyed.
Saying this character is gonna die, us going through the death, and then the lead up to the death, and then it's like, but they didn't. But in this case, he did. He's just got better.
Look. Am I happy about it? No. Will I complain? Yes, for a little bit. But I don't know. I guess the episode did a good job of like, because they because they had already like showed him alive.
Yeah. Before they showed him die, they showed him alive.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of like, all right, I guess I have to just deal with it now. Like,
and it was heavily foreshadowed. Like even the beginning
that he was still alive.
Beginning of the season when Ben and Jack were sharing a hotel room, Ben said, "I gotta go keep Locke's body safe, or gotta go keep Locke safe." And Jack said, "What do you mean? He's dead, isn't he?" And Ben goes,
"Yes.
I'll see you later, Jack."
Yeah, I mean, it was like...
And he's Jack's father, and the father's alive again.
Yeah, that's why it's kind of like, I mean, I figured Locke wasn't going to stay dead.
He's too good of an actor.
I was just hoping that he would, because I don't like when people come back. But, it was pretty implied.
Much more than Jin's return.
Yeah, I think they did a better job at, like, not... Because a lot of implications were there that he is probably going to be alive at the end of this whole thing. It wasn't as much of a shock like Jin.
Whereas Jin he's going to die.
Yeah.
And
they show him dying, right?
Yeah.
And
it's not till halfway through the next season they reveal he's actually alive.
Yeah. So
whereas Locke's death, foreshadowing, and showing was very well intertwined with the foreshadowing that he's going to come back after this.
Yeah. So I'm not as mad about it. It's just I don't.
It's a really good episode. So
yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah. That's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm like, oh, this episode was so good though. Like, damn. Fine. Like, kind of is where I'm at. Like, okay.
All right, you get one retcon and one supernatural. That's it.
Yeah. That's it. That's it. Lost.
You've done the 2 ways you can bring someone back from the dead, which is actually they didn't die, and yeah, they died, but now they're back. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Anyone else, I swear to God.
What if there's a time travel?
No.
Like, it's Boone, but before he died.
No, absolutely not. That would piss me off even more. I do not bring Boone back. That would be so weird. No,
it would.
Boone is dead. Shannon is dead. Anna Lucia is dead. No, we're done. That's it. They're off the show. They're doing their own shit. Leave them alone. Yeah.
Protagonist-wise, it's just been Jin and Locke, right? No one else has come back after dying.
No, I don't think so.
Other than villains have a couple times, but like Mikhail and Kimi both died, but then they came right back. One survived and others magic. I don't know.
I guess. She didn't really die, did she? I mean, she was just kind of like the what's her name? Oh man. The girl that was called Desmond's name when she was flying it was like Desmond had she had a picture of Penny and Desmond, and she was like,
what's her
name?
Naomi,
yeah.
You're right. She died, but then came,
but it wasn't really.
But was still alive. But she didn't live much longer. But
she didn't really die though. I guess like people thought they thought she was dead.
Like Jin, they thought he was dead.
Yeah.
But for her, it was just like an extra 12 hours. She got to live for another 12 hours, give or take. But no, you're right. She wasn't really a protagonist because she's technically a bad guy, but we didn't know it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess she was kind of the only one, but she soon died afterwards.
She's a gray area because they didn't keep it going for long, and her alliance is kind of
murky. It was like it didn't really feel like she's dead and now she's back as much.
Yeah.
Because she did
dead.
die.
Wait, where'd she go? What's going on?
Yeah, it was more like, she wasn't dead. Oh shit, like she was more alive than we thought.
And Mikhail was like, he's dead, and then he just runs out of the jungle like, oh, he's not dead. Like a few episodes later. But no, Jin and Locke are the only ones to like come back post-death.
And I think because like Naomi obviously died after, right? Mikhail dies, doesn't come back.
He hasn't come back yet. He was holding a grenade. That's pretty hard to heal from. Like all he's done was like stabbing and like brain hemorrhaging, but like blowing up. I don't really know how you come back from that. It's been 3 years, I guess. Maybe slowly reassembled.
Oh my god, what is he like?
Now he's back. Like a T-1000.
It kind of reminds me of if you've seen Supernatural. There's a monster in Supernatural called the Leviathan that is kind of similar. Like they can't die by like normal I say normal
conventional means.
Yeah, like normally like if you behead a supernatural being, they're pretty much dead, right? But like this one, like it just kind of slows them down a bit. like if you leave the head too close to their body, they'll just pop right back up a few like hours later or days later or something like that. So you have to like bury the head like very far away so they can't regenerate, which is really interesting. I don't know, the grenade coming back just kind of reminded me of that.
Yeah.
It's like, the island will just kind of like regenerate you if you just are in tune with the island. But yeah, this was a really good episode.
So mysteries. Why did Ben kill Locke a mystery, or is it kind of?
I guess a little bit because it could be tied to like Eloise, or like it could be tied to a lot of things.
Because did they need a proxy for Jack's dad for it to work?
Yeah, like at what point does Ben because I don't know if Ben would just kill Locke just out of protection, you know?
Yeah.
Like I feel like he would try to just keep manipulating him if he really wanted. Because he's really easy. I mean, Locke's generally kind of easy to manipulate.
Become his advisor, and you're still in charge. Because
he could have just done what he's been always doing. So I don't think he really needed to kill him for protection. Like Ben has protection, it's fine. Like right, so yeah, I think that's still kind of up in the air. Maybe like how is John alive? I guess. Like how? Yeah. What? Like how?
I assume the same way all the other dead people are back, or it came back at some point. Like, Jack's dad specifically, but Yemi popped up a few times.
Well, actually, that's kind of a mystery now too, because I guess you already wrote it in a way before, but yeah, like we still don't technically know if Jack's dad is it the same situation as Locke, where like he was dead and now he's actually alive. Which it is very heavily implied, yes, but you know.
Yeah, because before it was more like a abstract vision-y thing where like only Jack can see, but now everyone can see him and he's doing stuff.
That's why it's weird, because like if he was alive, because like with Locke, he just wakes up alive, right? And it's like he just continues on like being who he is. But with Jack's dad, he didn't.
Yeah, he was like...
It was like very like, you know...
Yeah, just in the distance, walking away.
But like if it was
He's much more chatty now.
Well, if it was the same thing as Locke though, he would just be himself, which would be like this man who remembers dying and is like, where the fuck am I, right? Like what is going on? Where am I? He wouldn't be like this like mysterious like, oh, in the distance and like, I work for Jacob now. Like what... Right? Like, even if he woke up somewhere else, he would wake up confused, just like Locke, and be like, well, I remember dying. So now I need to figure out why I'm alive, who these people are, and blah, 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 right? Like
Yemi was much more conversationalist than Jack's dad. Jack's dad has only talked recently. Like, before he was always in the distance, being weird.
That too. That's why
Yemi talked to Echo.
That's why it's weird too. Well, I don't think Yemi, though, was... Like... That still doesn't, like, I don't think he was an actual person. Like, I think that was more Echo.
In Echo's head?
Yeah.
But he was right about a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Because Echo was very spiritual. What do you mean? Like, Echo was, like,
no, I mean, like,
super spiritual.
It feels like Yemi knew things were going to happen and that Echo had to do certain things to stop it or help it. Like, he knew about, oh no, I guess Anna Lucia is the one who told him after dying. But Echo... I mean, Yemi told Echo things that there's no way Echo could have known that.
Maybe subconsciously, the island. He, like I said, he was very spiritual. I don't know.
That's true.
Like very spiritual, and like he was like closer to Locke in that sense. And I think in a way, like because
Echo was kind of a foil to Locke on the spiritual.
Yeah,
side.
and like because he was already spiritual before Locke. Because Locke only got spiritual in a sense when he got to the island, whereas...
Kind of Echo, too. I mean, Echo wasn't super spiritual. He was faking being a priest.
Well, yeah, he was faking it, but, like, he was...
And then he got to the island and he was like, okay, I'm going to be a real priest now.
Was it only when he got to the island? I thought it was before.
Kind of. The last thing he did was investigate that miracle. And his conclusion was, it's not a miracle, it's not real. And then the woman told him that Yemi... talked to her when she was between worlds, between life and death, and told her to tell Echo stuff like, you make a good priest, like, you are good enough, stuff like that. And I think that planted the seed, but that was at the airport when he's about to get on the plane, So I think once he got to the island, he kind of was like, okay, this is the path I'm taking now. I'm going to be the person Yemi told me I could be. I'm going to be a good man like my brother. God, I miss Echo. Locke, I miss Echo so much.
Right. Anyway, that's a tangent. We just miss.
Yeah, it's a big tangent.
Anyway.
I mean, every time there's a dead person, we're like, remember this dead person? Remember Yemi? God, that was cool.
But yeah, this was a great episode.
Yes. A top tier Locke episode.
Honestly, I think this, like, if I were to go back, like, rewatch the series, it's probably, like, one of the best episodes. Like, top 5 episode-wise. At least for me, so far.
Locke has a pretty good track record for episodes. Because, like, Jack's like, yeah, there's some really good Jack episodes, and there's some not so great Jack. Same with Kate and even Sawyer. But Locke is pretty... I think he only has, like, 1 or 2 that are just okay. And the rest are, like, really good, like, Desmond level good episodes, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, even in this episode, like, when he was talking to Jack, and he was like, you know, their whole spat between Destiny and whatever. Like, normally with Locke, I'm like, okay, Locke, like, yeah, he's kind of sounds really obsessed and, like, you know. But it didn't, like, I don't know. It wasn't... It almost was as if, like this is... I think this is on the actor's part, is a really good... on the actor's part, like, you could kind of sense that at this point he almost doesn't believe it himself. Like he's it's almost like he's saying it so he can believe it. You know, like the whole Destiny, like, I'm special, like I'm.
They really hammer home.
Really, like,
they hammer home this episode that everyone's telling Locke that he's special.
Yeah.
Usually to manipulate him.
Yeah.
And he's picking up on it finally, like.
Yeah, but it was like it was interesting though, because like I could tell, like, just from the actor, like, yeah, like, even as he's telling Jack this to try and convince him,
because he sees Jack here and it's like, this is fate that you and I are in the same room right now. How is this possible? And Jack says probability. Like, you got a car accident in the area where my hospital is. Of course you would wind up here.
Yeah, but like I think
I think that kind of broke down Locke's, like, because at the beginning when he sees him, he's like, Jack's here. This is fate. And then he's talking to Jack and he's losing it. Like, maybe not.
I think it's even before that. Like,
yeah. Well,
like,
yeah, he's definitely losing his faith as the episode goes on.
Not just the episode, but like you already see him losing faith, like, with a lot of the season. Like,
ups and downs for sure.
Yeah. But like you can kind of see how confused and how conflicted his character is. And as he's talking to Jack and like really wanting to believe, it actually kind of parallels like how he felt about his dad, because like you know, he really wanted to believe that he's special, and he like basically was like, I'm not gonna see like that people are manipulating me, right? He just like shut it out. He denied. He was like hard denial, and like it's just really interesting to see like how well the actor portrayed that, and like all the parallels between, like, now he's obsessed with this island and they think he's special, and like, but it could be both, right? He could be special, but like people are manipulating that specialness, and versus like with his dad, like he really wanted to believe that his dad loved him and that like his dad cared for him, didn't abandon him, and so he got obsessed with his dad, right, and everything. And then you could see even towards the end of, like, with Helen, right, he was starting to finally like realize his dad was manipulating him, but still like was, and like lost faith in that, but like and then, which also is a really great, like, now that you see these parallels, you can see why he's so low at the end of the episode, and why he actually does want to die. Like, so this is anyway, sorry, this is a really good episode. It's
really good on multiple levels. Like, this episode wouldn't be as good as it is without the show in its entirety preceding it.
Yeah.
Like, in a vacuum, it's a pretty good episode. With the rest of the show, it's an amazing episode, because you see the journey he's been on this whole time, and how he gets here. I will say one thing I kind of wish the show did differently, or expanded more on, I should say, is Locke's relationship with Kate. Because they've always had a really interesting relationship. Because they're similar. They're very similar characters. But they go about... But she's more of a realist, pessimist, and he's more of like a, Locke. And I like that she says, like, I think about you sometimes. And like, yeah, she would. Because they had some kind of weird connection that they never really explored. They're both trackers. They both have daddy issues. They both, like... like season 1 and 2, Kate and Locke work together occasionally on stuff, and it's like of the same mind. Like, we need to do this. You know, Kate worked with, like, her and Saeed are like good like partners because they fill in each other's gray areas. But Kate and Locke are good partners because they're very similar in how they approach solving problems that aren't like, we need to find a cabin. That stuff, like, no, Kate would not do that stuff. But, like, finding this guy, getting to this place, they both are, like, the same in how they do it. And like I said, they both have similar daddy issue stuff going on. And I just kind of wish that they did more with that before, you know, because it's there. They reference it in this episode.
Yeah, and I guess they just kind of went more of the shipping route with Jack and Kate.
Yeah, there's a lot
of... They focused more on that.
Kate, Jack, and Sawyer stuff, but I wish there was more like a Locke mentor, fill-in father figure... With Kate. Maybe not because... Maybe not
father figure, but
yeah, because she has a dad that she loves and respects, her technical stepdad, the military guy. But I don't know. There, like I said, there is a connection between those two that I wish got more screen time. I like that they acknowledged the Walt connection in this episode. Because, like, Locke and Walt were legit friends on the island, and their relationship's sweet and wholesome, and I like it. Yeah. You know, I wish there was more of that. You know, but you know, whatever.
And it is kind of sweet too that like Locke just decided like, no, I'm not gonna bring this boy back. Yeah. He's been through enough. I'm not doing it. Like,
yeah, he asked about his dad, and I think it's when Locke's like, I'm not gonna bring him back. Like he has friends. He has a life here. Yeah. I'm gonna tell him. Last I heard, your dad's on a freighter. That's true. That is the last thing he heard. Didn't say what happened to the freighter.
I guess to be fair, that he does know that Jin was also on that freighter and is alive now, so he actually doesn't...
Yeah, Locke wasn't there.
He could...
As far as Locke knows.
He doesn't actually know if Michael's dead.
Sure.
Because Jin was also on the freighter, and look at him.
Michael definitely is dead because he was next to the bomb.
But he doesn't know that.
But Locke doesn't. Yeah,
Locke doesn't know that.
I just, before there's a comment like, how could you think that he was next to the bomb? Like, we know. We're saying from Locke's perspective.
Yeah, from Locke's perspective, he doesn't know that Michael's dead. He was on the freighter that Jin was on. And look at him. Jin's not dead. We don't know. Yeah, I don't know what happened on that freighter. Yeah. So he's not lying. He doesn't know. But yeah, I'm glad that he decided to like not bring Walt.
Yeah.
Man, how are they going to top this episode in the season? That was such a good episode.
Well, I guess we're going to find out. Well, we're going to end it here, guys. Thanks for watching, especially if it's as long as I think it might be. We talked a lot. But it's a good episode. We talk a lot in the good and bad episodes. Again, thank you for watching. If you want to see next week's episode, you can do it right now on Patreon at patreon.com/awkwardmafia. We got uncuts, early access. We started putting up the Marvel movie reaction uncuts there. I'm still editing Iron Man as of this recording. It takes me a long time to edit stuff sometimes.
Movies are long.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.